And you lot watch Glastonbury then?
Yes.
Yeah, mad.
I watched Stormzy's set and I watched Dave's set.
Yeah, I only watched Stormzy's. I watched Stormzy's, Dave's, and I watched a bit of Janet Jackson still.
Apparently, I heard she was terrible.
Yeah, the miming wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad.
The dancing was alright though. She still got it.
She still got
The dancing thing, she's definitely still got that. She can still do her thing, but she's not that. She wasn't that convincing in like singing and dancing. Because I think, do you know what I think? What happens sometimes, yeah, like artists that sing and dance, they usually record themselves singing and dancing and stuff, and they use that, and then they just like have a little bit of the vocal on their mic when they're live, and then they just sort of like go over that. Do you get me? But and some people are proper good at being able to bounce in and out of that. It'd be interesting to see how much Beyonce does that. I feel like
she's probably the artist who doesn't do that the most.
Yeah.
I think she's one of the only ones that goes ham dancing and still sings a lot of her shit.
You see that Coachella performance that she did? I
was about to say, did you watch that documentary?
Do you know how
Holy
people
shit.
like when you understand the deepness of like? Do you know how tiring it is to be on a hot stage. just rapping?
Yeah,
fam. She's on there for 2 hours in heels, doing an absolute madness,
doing costume changes.
Yeah,
and like she's doing it like
she had a 2 hour set.
Bro,
2 hours, bro. 2 hours, bro. And she's going ham. She's going ham the whole time. And you know what the maddest thing is as well, yeah? She's doing it like, it's almost like they must have rehearsed this about 100,000 times.
Well, I mean,
because there was it was so effortless. It was like, do you know what I mean?
It didn't even look like she was packed. Like there was no, like it just looked so.
I mean, they started rehearsals for it 9 months before the show.
Yeah.
It was a big,
9 months.
Like
they had, I think they had 3 different like sound stages just booked out for 9 months for her.
Yeah.
Each for like different aspects of it. Nuts.
It's mad.
Crazy.
Yeah, bro. But even that, like, man, I have to big up
Stormzy's
though,
one,
because he absolutely killed that Glastonbury set. And do you know what it is as well, yeah? What I loved when it showed the levels of where he's at in terms of like the intro with Jay-Z. Man's like sitting there with Jay, like discussing, them two are discussing something that the like 99.9% of rappers will never understand, because they will not, like, there's only 3 rappers, or like MC as well, that has headlined Glastonbury. There's only 3, so there's only 3 people that can have this conversation. Him, Stormzy, Jay-Z, and Kanye. Those are the only. That's just a different level of something else. Do you get what I'm saying? Being able to sit down with Jay-Z and discuss something that only he can relate to.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Only Jay knows what I'm feeling right now, and for Jay, why that was a big deal, because he was the first one. Yeah. And I remember when Jay-Z was like announced to headline Glastonbury, there was like a big uproar. Yeah, because people were like,
what's he doing there?
Yeah, it's for bands. Do you get me? So for him, feeling like he has to nail it, like, and whatever. There's only a bunch of people that can have that conversation. But bro, the performance was fucking sick.
He fucking smashed it.
The performance was proper sick. What I like about Stormzy is that like Stormzy is a person who, it's never looked like Stormzy has like, okay, let me say this, yeah. With Stormzy, one of the reasons why he's become so successful, yeah, is obviously the music speaks for itself, innit? But then also when you look at the way that he's been able to marry his live shows with that success, yeah. So it's like festival bookers are a real thing. So festival bookers will go to shows and stuff like that, and they'll watch your show and be able to work out where we could place you if we're going to do a festival or whatever, wherever it may be. Yeah, with him, ever since I've seen him, like I think one of the first performances I saw him was when he was warming up for Lethal B. I think that was one of the first live things that I saw him do. Yeah, and like from that all the way to headlining his own shows, he's always had a level of consistency. Like he's always looked like he's wanted to do something meaningful, do something impactful, he's just wanted to be great. He's never looked like he's just turned up to just come and collect the bag. Like, and there's a big difference in that. The artists that do that, you can still put on a good show. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna put on a good show. You know what? You're getting paid good peas, whatever. You can still do a good show. But to me, for someone who loves going to live shows, you can always tell the one who wants to be great. Though this is not. The money's cool. The contract's right and all of that. Yeah, but I need to make sure that I do something that is going to have people speaking and talking, and like it's going to mean something in time to come. Do you get me? Yeah. You can see that also with like looking at artists that have their festival shows and stuff like that. Sometimes some people just get the big dough. They just have their DJ and they just go and do their little thing and then they just bounce. Others will look at, you know what? Okay, boom, I'm getting paid. Let's just say, for example, 100 bags. All right, cool. I'm gonna spend this on that on this on that, that on this on that. I'm gonna put this on that. I'm gonna invest this money so that people are gonna see all of these artists. But when you see me, you'll remember me. Yeah, I remember. Do you get me? So when you deep how much he's put into his live shows, and like how consistent he's actually been. When you think about it, it's not even a mad surprise that he's headlined Glastonbury because of that level of greatness that he aspires to. Do you get me? And for him to be able to do that and execute it in the way that he did, it just shows, bro, there's definitely levels and leagues to this thing. Yeah. And like the level that he's at compared to everyone else is just bonkers, bro. It's mad. And I also think as well that it doesn't have to be like that, you know?
It doesn't have to.
I don't think it has to be like that.
I feel like there's artists out there that have the same heart and the same kind of hunger and the same love for the music that he has and for doing things like that, but they get caught up a lot in just what's going on now, innit? And how things are. But you see, like this was see the thing with Stormzy, I feel like he doesn't get caught up in a lot of that. He doesn't get. He still sticks a lot to his own. Like, no, this was my plan. This is like, even like he kept saying it, like this was what I wanted to do. Like this was this was the place I wanted to be, because he already had it in his mind. Like when I do that, when I come here, like I'm building up to come into this point. Because when I get there and when I do this Glastonbury show, it's gonna be fucking mad. It wasn't oh shit, we've got Glastonbury now, what are we gonna do? I feel like he already knew. He already knew before they even said to him, "You've got Glastonbury," what he's gonna do when he has Glastonbury. Like 100%.
Yeah, definitely. There's like different mentalities of how you go into a show like that. I believe that there's the mentality of sick, we've got this. Yeah. So like, let's just go out and let's just, you know what I mean, have a good time. Let's just do that. And let's, you know what I mean, it's going to be sick. But then there's that, okay, amazing, I've got this, how are we going to be impactful? Yeah. How are we going to be meaningful? And how is this going to be great? Like, how are we going to make this great? How are we going to make people talk about it or whatever it may be? Like, those are just the different attitudes and the mentality when it comes to going into live shows. And when you deep it, you can always tell. Bro, there was so much elements of that. I love the thing that like he had as well with Gets up on there, wilding out with the arse color.
I was thinking, when I was watching that part, I was thinking, there's at least 80% of this crowd that has no idea what this is. They're looking at that probably thinking like, what the fuck is this? And and I'm thinking, and I was just like, I'm just thinking he's like this, and this is what I'm saying. This is where it's mad, because he didn't have to put that up there. Like he didn't have to put that video up there, and because he knows it doesn't really, to the crowd that he's playing to, they don't get that. But it's important. What it does, it's important to him. It's important to us. It's important to the people that he knows follow his music and whatever. And then he's like, and like the whole intro where Jay's talking about culture, like this is culture. Like you go there, it's all about culture, and that's what I'm saying. Adding that, and it even just opens conversation to where you look at that. There's probably people thinking that, like looking at that, thinking like this is like, if they saw that, they're thinking it's something. You know, like if they see two black youths arguing or chatting on the road, they're feeling like this is some harsh situation or whatever. But it's like, that opens up some next conversation now where Stormzy's put it on the thing, and it all might come like, what was that about? Like, what was this and where did it come from? And do you get what I'm saying? Like it's just mad things that he does that you feel like, bruv, like
the little attention to detail.
Just a small attention to detail, bruv.
Yeah, bro. The stage production and all of that was fucking sick, bro. It was good, man. It was good. It was everything that I expected it to be honest with you. And what I like anyway is that, like,
I just wanted him to cry.
Oh, nah.
I wanted him to, like,
serious.
I wanted a moment where he just, because obviously he's a humble you, innit? Like, he's a proper humble you. He proper, like, takes everything in. Yeah. And, like, at moments he was talking and I could see he's looking at the crowd and I feel like he wants to, like, and then, like, he will, like, it's a, like, this is mad to him, like, this is, when he was like, because he said this is the most amazing day of my life, like, ever, like, it's like ever, and I can see it. I'm thinking, I want a tear, like, I just want one tear to drop, to be like, and then to be like, and then, like, you know, like, it just opens up a whole layer. But like, what I like when he reeled off everyone's name.
Oh yeah, that was cold.
That was cold.
Yeah,
I was like,
incredible.
This is mad. I was like, that is like a mad thing to do.
Yeah, in trap star boxes.
Yeah, bruv, listen. Yeah. Even stuff like that.
This is culture.
Even stuff like that. You know, like, I'm clocking things like this. Like, I'm thinking, it's not by accident. Like, he's wore the trap star boxes
by design.
on purpose.
Yeah. It's by design.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, this isn't, I'm just putting on trap star because it's trap star.
Yeah.
No.
Like, it's like, nah, bruv, I'm doing, like, top off trap star boxes on show. I'm reeling off everyone's name.
This is culture.
Like, this
Even
is what
some
I'm
of
doing.
the kids that were dancing in the background had, like, trap star t-shirts on.
Oh, did they?
It was like a mix of Adidas and trap star.
Yeah. But, like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even, bro, just coming out in the, obviously it come out after that. It was Banksy that gave him the.
That's
of course, bro.
Crazy.
Bruv.
Do you know how fucking crazy that is?
It's mad.
Do you know what? Yeah, at
Vest, like,
first
you know,
I was like, because I saw the picture floating around, like, I just kept seeing the same picture of, like, Stormzy. It looked like he was holding his head or whatever. Like, it was like it looked like a random shot.
A backstage picture. Or, like, after the show.
But you know when, like, it's like your mind's telling you there's something to this. Yeah. So I kept seeing it and I was like, why does people keep posting this around? Then when I realized it was what it was, I was like, that's crazy. Has he even shown his face yet?
No, of course not.
No.
We'll never get him.
No one knows who it is.
How the fuck do you get that?
No one knows who it is.
I have no fucking idea.
The only way that could have happened, I'm going to speculate. The way that this could have happened is if he anonymously reached out to him.
Well, this is the thing. I'm looking at. So Banksy posted on
Banksy posted the
Instagram a picture, that picture you were talking about, and said, "I made a customized stab-proof vest and thought, who could possibly wear this?"
Okay,
so that kind of suggests that he made it and then dropped it to him.
Do you know what would have been sick?
No. But when did he post that?
He posted that afterwards.
That was planned then. It was planned.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, of course. It was all part of the plan. Yeah. But I think, do you know what would be a sick story? I think either way there'll be a sick story to it, and I'm looking forward to hearing that story. Yeah. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like, what would be a sick story is if Banksy did that thing, and then he just dropped it off at, like, Twin's office.
Yeah.
And literally, Twin opened up the door and just saw this thing with the letter saying, like, "Yo, give this to Stormzy."
From Banksy.
Yeah, exactly. Give it to Stormzy.
From Banksy.
And it's perfect for Glastonbury.
Perfect.
Yeah, it looks sick.
Perfect.
I felt like when he came out in it, I was like, right, that actually looked. Obviously, I had no idea what it was, but I said that looks sick.
Perfect.
The political side of things hate Stormzy, don't they?
Bruv, they must.
They can't stand it.
Bruv.
No. They can't stand it.
Can you imagine?
Oh, actually, before I even go there, yo, this is actually another thing of why the mentality of wanting to be great shows, because this guy must have been banging it out in the gym, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He was on a thing of, there's no way in a million years I'm getting tired on this stage. Bro, he looks so well.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell his diet's been good. He's been going to the gym, and even now, seeing all of them lot in fucking Ibiza and all of that, bruv, he hasn't had his top on since. That's how you know he's feeling himself. Do you know how much
he sweated that night? Bruv, he was sweating like mad. I said, yeah, he's like, but you know when you sweat like that much, you've been working.
You've been working out.
You've been working. That's what it is, because your body's like burning that proper now. Like, it's burning everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, the political side of things, they must.
Twitter, he's got
the political Twitter
of people he's got on a regular basis screaming out, "Fuck the government,
yeah, exactly.
Fuck Boris."
Yeah, And then you've got like certain people that are on radio stations like LBC and the BBC London and all of that. Like there was one in particular, Julie Hartley Brewer or whatever. She used to be on One Extra. Oh, she used to be on LBC, getting onto him. You start seeing them all like they just don't like when somebody is young, black, and has influence politically. They hate that. Yeah. They hate that. Look at his skin. Look at him. Look at him. Who does he think he is? Yeah. Let me tell you something, yeah. On that note, like we may not always love the music. Stormzy may not always play the cards right. We may have situations on like platforms like this or whatever where we discuss and we debate things or whatever about Stormzy on movements and stuff that he makes or whatnot. But let me tell you this. You see that the outsiders on that political spectrum over there that tried to get on his back. I just want to make it be clear right now. The moment that you try to take my man down, we'll be on your neck.
100.
We'll be on your neck. 100. There's no way in a million years that you think that we're going to let that happen. And you can already see what happens when there's strength in numbers with us. Do you get what I'm saying? You can already see that. There's been countless times where they don't want certain artists to have a number one.
No.
They didn't want Dave to have a number one. Yeah. They don't want certain artists to have a number one. These lot will be out here. There'll be like a certain section of people that will be fighting to do everything that they can to stop certain moments from happening. But guess what? See, like when we are all intertwined and we're all together, there's nothing you can do.
It's unstoppable.
There's nothing you can do. So there's no way in a million years.
This is where like even like now, like even seeing like it's mad. Obviously, because I think obviously we've been around for ages and we've been around since fucking the dungeons and the basements and pirates and all of that and bare shit kicking off and just going through mad shit where it was just this was never like no one saw this happening. Like no one really. I don't think anyone can really say they saw the time where this would happen. Mm-hmm. Like we wanted it to happen and we thought maybe like. You had little England so solid, and when that happened, and you're thinking, okay, cool, but then that got shut down quick, and then you're thinking whatever. But then you look at that, and then like you look at like even like now, like Murky Fest. Like imagine you've headlined Glastonbury, then you're taking over Ibiza, which is also like remember Ibiza House, it's still and
all of that's run by.
I'm even saying House is not because House obviously that also has a black culture to it as well.
Yeah, of course.
So it's not like it's the race, but it's Ibiza.
Yeah.
Ibiza was never that kind of thing.
And it ultimately is run by mafia.
Yeah, you've got a 2-day festival. You've gone from that to a 2-day festival in Ibiza. When you watch everyone's snaps and you're seeing like the whole scene is together.
Yeah.
Like, and you see the unity there, yeah. And it's just mad. Like this is what I'm saying. This is from one brother, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's basically when you just look at the impacts that he's making. That's what I'm saying. Like I hope, like what you said, I hope they know. Like if they do ever come, and I really hope everyone sticks to this same thing. Yeah. Like that can't happen. It can't happen.
Our strength in numbers is a madness, and there's so much influence within that because of just the impact that like people have, not just in culture, but just with young people. You get me? A lot of young people look up to people that come from where we come from and that think the way that we think and have been through some of the things that we've been through. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you think, on a random one, do you think that Dizzy ever did enough to headline Glastonbury? Do you think that he could? I noticed Wiley mentioned that and I was thinking about it and I was thinking, I don't know if Dizzy had a time where he could have possibly. I think there's a good argument to say.
I think a time where he could.
I think there's a good. I think you could. I think that you possibly could put together a good argument for him headlining. However, you would have to look at the headliners around that period of time.
Yeah, to see if he leveled up.
To see if
he really leveled up with it.
But do you know what? With that being said,
Dizzy had the. Obviously, Dizzy had his time. Dizzy had the commercial success, but. I don't know if the commercial success was enough to say, okay, cool, you can headline Glastonbury.
Yeah.
Because like Stormzy headlining it is a big deal.
Yeah.
culturally, just in general. Like having obviously Jay-Z doing it first was already a big thing, but it's Jay-Z. He's got how many years, how many things under him, and it's another thing. Like Stormzy's the first Black British, innit? Like this youth has come, and it's not just because of his commercial success. I don't even think. Could you say he's had as much commercial success as Dizzy?
Who?
Stormzy, commercially.
No, I don't know.
He hasn't.
It's difficult to say because they haven't been around.
Dizzy's was massive.
Dizzy's was really big,
but still, Stormzy,
it was a different time.
Stormzy, it still made more sense, still because it wasn't just about the commercial success. It's about what is Stormzy bringing to that Glastonbury stage as a headliner.
More of a cultural movement.
Dizzy would have headlined it, but it wouldn't have been. It would have just been a performance. Do you get what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been the same. It wouldn't have been a moment.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say I don't know if he done enough to headline it. To perform at Glastonbury. Yeah,
of course. Yeah. He's done pyramid stage already.
To headline it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have been enough. And to be fair, I'm obviously it's obviously not in a bad way, but I'm happy he didn't.
Yeah,
because
I think he still
got the first to do that first.
I think Dizzy actually still could. Do you know that?
What, headline now?
Yeah, but not necessarily now. I think that like what could happen is if, let's say, with over the next 2 years, he started to have that, I don't know, commercial success or just some huge. I say commercial success in a sense that like success, how people determine it is very different. Do you get what I'm saying? Like how he might feel like right now what he's done like with his last album and stuff like that is successful. But I'm talking about just commercial success, how people generally, how it just looks. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. If he gets that, I think that he's got enough from back then, to marry that now and be like, and then do you know what? It makes sense. Do you get me? Which is an interesting thing to look at. Dave.
Sick. That was sick.
Bro.
Dave just doesn't disappoint.
Do you know what?
The guy just
I'm coming across biased with Dave. So it's better that you lot talk about this one.
He just doesn't, bro. He doesn't disappoint, bro.
Do you know what? The show that he put together, a lot of it was kind of like what he's done on his live shows, his tours and whatever. And it's interesting to see what happened with the Alex Ute. Because that like has been a big thing.
That's mad.
But what is interesting about that is I think that a lot of people, there were some people that were questioning it because they was like what were the chances? He was wearing a Thiago Silva shirt and all of these PSG whatever.
And it's mad because I saw something where he's at the front with when Stormzy's headlining as well apparently.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
there's a picture. I think someone's like screen grabbed like a part of a video because he's in the same bucket hat.
Yeah,
like on someone's shoulders again.
Oh, okay.
But he hasn't got a t-shirt on. He's got a t-shirt. He's got his top off by now.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, it's mad. Like he's
having a great time. He's having a great time at Glastonbury.
He was having a good time.
But that's like that part of the show that he's been, and that wasn't even on his last tour. He did it on his last tour, but he did it on his last couple of tours.
Yeah.
But like bringing people out,
someone up to do
to do that because AJ Tracy isn't always there, so it's like, you know what, I'm gonna bring somebody. And what he actually does sometimes is, before bringing people up, sometimes he'll say that this is what I'm gonna do, but then like he'll look at people, he'll pick somebody, and then he'll start saying it to see if they say it. And he'll be like, you.
See if they rap it back.
Because I don't want to bring someone up on stage and you don't even, you just gasp, you don't even know the part. Do you get what I'm saying? But like, if there was any question on whether that was authentic or not, you'll see that when he brings the Donny up here, he says to the guy, only say AJ's part.
And he doesn't. He was off of his fucking nut. That's why.
Yeah, he does it so funny. Because he grabbed his head. He was like, listen.
Only say his part.
Only AJ's part. I'm gonna do mine. AJ. She's the boy's like,
you don't know.
Alright.
He's like, yeah, AJ's part.
Alright. And then he goes, and then the tune starts. And he goes,
I'll tell you why. I think it's two things. One, he was massively overwhelmed.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Naturally,
yeah, of course.
There's thousands and thousands of people there. Yeah, he can't believe that he's up there with Dave.
Yeah.
And secondly, I feel like maybe he doesn't necessarily know the difference between the two.
Do you know what it is as well? You know what it is? I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. You know, sometimes, you know, like, see, like when you're singing a song, and it's got maybe got two artists on it. Like say that, like Thiago Silva. You only will remember the words if you rap the whole thing. You can't jump in halfway because otherwise you start messing it up. You don't know what it is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, man, I need to stop. I need to go from the chorus. I need to go all the way in.
Otherwise,
otherwise I don't know it.
That's a muscle memory thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a muscle memory.
Like, you have to do the whole, and that's what I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him. You know what? You have to, and it's one of those kind of tunes. Like Thiago Silva's one of those. The way it starts and the hype, it has to like you can't just jump in. If you're not the artist and you didn't write the bars, like you that's the only way you're gonna remember if you do the whole thing.
I've seen some kids go up and absolutely nail it though, but like it's been mad to see how that has been such a big moment. But then it makes sense because there was a lot of people obviously that didn't go to Dave's tour. So
they haven't seen that.
They ain't seen it. So then you look at Glastonbury and it was televised. It was televised. So to them, like, that's just a big thing. And it just went around and there's like, when I last checked, bro, there was however fucking many millions of people. And my man's been getting...
Do you know how much followers he's got?
Bro, he's got like over...
Do you know how much followers? He's got more than that.
He's got like 90,000 followers on Twitter now. I mean, Instagram.
He's got more. He's got a boohoo deal.
He's got a boohoo deal.
Man got a boohoo deal, bruv. Man's on the Lambo, fam, with the boohoo clothes on. Like, they move quickly, bro.
You see them?
Wait, you're not joking?
Fast. No, bruv.
He's got... I'm going to tell you right now.
It's Wednesday. Glastonbury was Sunday,
bro.
He's got
on Twitter.
He's been back in Manchester at the boohoo fucking thing.
Straight away.
Fam. He's got him in.
He's got 100. When I last checked,
what's his Instagram?
Bro, when I last checked, he had over 100,000 followers on Twitter. And he had over 90,000 followers on Instagram.
At least gone.
And straight away, he's got deals and stuff like that. This is my thing, though. I think that somebody has to sit down, if they haven't, with this kid and explain to him some stuff. Because I don't want to take it too deep, but this could have an effect on his mental health in a sense of like having this mad amount of fame, which is only going to last for a short period of time. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not going to be there for long.
It's not going to be.
It's going to be like the I'm coming fast.
30, thing, I saw someone tweet Boohoo because Boohoo posted a picture of him, and then they were like, please do not 30 this boy.
Of course.
Like, and you know what? It's like 30's a big man. And you see, it's like what you said. The man, he's a young boy.
He's a young youth.
So it's
like everyone loves you right now.
30 weren't even on this. He was so far away from anything anyway. That it was just like, oh, this is just probably just nice little quick change or whatever he's doing.
But the thing is, everyone loves you right now.
Right now,
everyone loves you right now. And then that's not going to last. And then, you know what social media can be like, digging up old shits and all of that type of stuff.
But he needs to start rapping right now.
But you know, the actual like Ferdy in him isn't necessarily a bad thing, providing he's prepped. Providing he has that mentality of, all right, cool. You know what? You lot are giving me this moment. I'm going to rinse it for a little while. I'm going to change my life because I know I can make 100 bags, 500 bags, maybe even under $1 million. And what I'll do is I'll rinse it for a year, and then I'll just go off into and just live my life or whatever. But also someone having to let him know you have to pay tax as well, my G, because he's a young buck. You get what I'm saying?
Like all these things, and bro, all them things will ruin a man. Mad.
He's however years old. We don't know what type of parents he comes from or anything like that. He might get over the next year. He might gross maybe 250 bags, 300 bags. When you're a young buck, you're not thinking about peeling off nothing.
Bruv, no way.
Peeling off for what? I give my mum a little something. I give my pops and that, and then my brethrens and stuff like that, and it's lit. We'll go, you know what I mean? We'll go River Island and shell it down.
You're thinking man's spending all of that.
Exactly.
You're not thinking I need to hold
him and his brethrens will literally sit there and say, you know what, we'll go River Island and shell it down. Because they're not going to do selfridges and that. We'll go River Island and
you don't know how big the deal is.
We're going to go River Island and absolutely shell it down.
I'm on his Instagram now, 115k.
Yeah, he's got 116k on Instagram, and I'm noticing now. I'm looking at his things.
He's got pictures of
he's a real fan. Like, he's been to AJ's concert in Bristol.
At Dave's tour as well.
Is at M Huncho, and then on Dave's tour as well. Like, he's a proper.
He's been out here still.
Yeah, I rate him.
He can have a good moment. So as long as he's been sat down and explained certain things to him or whatever it may be, then he's good, man. Go for it.
I'm not gonna lie. This picture looks like a proper dickhead, but I do like him though.
Is it thanks to Alex man?
Yeah.
Shit.
It's mad. It's mad.
Oh my! I cannot believe Boohoo moved that quick.
Bro,
That's fucking.
They don't
Bro,
play.
They posted the first picture 23 hours ago, so that's
everyone.
Tuesday morning.
Brands moved
that
quick.
was
They move quick, bro.
They're moving quicker than
the show was Sunday.
They're moving quicker than the
see
record labels now.
Yeah.
But you know what the thing is,
away.
yeah? I expect to wake up one day and hear that he's got a record deal.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's coming.
There'll be an there will be an A&R out there who will think, you know what?
Yeah.
We can do
it. Of
something.
course, they take bigger chances than that anyway.
Yeah.
Bet it's Sony.
The signing fee will be cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We give him what, 15, 20 grand?
Yeah, 20 bags.
Yeah,
That's
for a single.
Not to
whatever.
a kid like that.
Yeah, and then I don't know, they'll probably and then maybe time into some shit deal or some
two
shit
options.
like
Shit.
Do you know what? Yeah. Bro, thinking about this now, yeah. Becoming a lawyer just for like one hit, for these one hit is actually an actual legit thing that you should do. That someone can capitalize on right now.
What's that? Being a lawyer.
I should copyright this. Like, you know, like becoming. Like imagine the one hit wonders that have happened over the last 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And there was like one main guy. You know, like how you had what's my man's name in America? Johnny Cochran. Like how he was like the guy to go to for that. If you had a certain kind of situation, he's the guy that you want to.
And he knows it's not an ongoing thing. He knows that I need to sort this one deal.
But this is what I'm saying. So any person that's a lawyer now, like if they focused on just doing these guys that are gonna have their moment, there's a good change in it.
I hear that still, but like obviously music lawyers exist anyway.
No, I know, but you see, like obviously they're more serious, innit? Like they want. I don't think they don't really necessarily want the.
Yeah, they want longevity.
They want more longevity. Innit?
You want someone who can close this deal.
Close the deal quick.
In under 6 week negotiation stuff.
Yeah,
just bam, just slap this done.
Slap this on there.
Just make this happen.
I'm ready to just do this, get this check.
There's definitely some managers out there.
Here's this shit they'll sign it
like that.
Yeah, there's definitely managers out there. There's been managers out there like that. But I feel like because right now, there's money being thrown
everywhere,
like crazy.
Bro, right now there's bare money in this scene, bro.
Being thrown like crazy.
Do you know what? Shout out to all of the older artists and stuff, yeah? All of the older ones who don't make music anymore that capitalized on this whole thing. Because you've got artists now, or they're not artists, they're managers and that now. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go into all of that, but like you've got certain people that have literally just been like, you know what, I can see it. Mate, this is not for me now. There's a younger generation out there. Do you know what I'm gonna do? Yeah. I'm gonna manage them. And as me being an artist, I know how this thing moves. How it goes. I've been in these buildings and stuff like that. I'm just gonna I'm gonna grab them and do my thing with them. Yeah. Do you get? And some of them are absolutely killing it. I.e. Sincere. Smashing it.
Smashing it.
G Fresh, smashing it. I always think to myself, he manages Young Bane, and I'm like, I wonder if these men know how cold he is, because I don't know if like G Fresh still maybe like when he's with them in the tour bus and that. Like he just bars here and there, like just to let them young, I really do this. But he may not do that. He may just be you
let them have their time.
I'll leave it to the young man. But I wonder if they know the actual level that this guy is at.
Them man must know.
Yeah, they have to.
But the guys that they're managing, they must know. Yeah, like there's no like Bane must know. Yeah, Fresh was fucking cold.
Highly skilled.
Yeah.
Bro, highly skilled, bro.
You have to know that.
Yeah, man. Alright, well, yeah, man. Love and guidance every time. Let's get out of here. I'm going to try and get out of here anyway. Thanks for listening, everyone. Bless it.